Welcome back. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to our podcast. We are your hosts, Brittany and Brandy.
Yay!
Welcome back to baby. Welcome back to episode 2. And thank you everybody who tuned in last time. We really appreciate your support and all of your questions. We can't wait to answer all of them.
Yes, we had a great response last time, so that was nice. This is our Halloween episode. Ooh, Halloween is Monday. We're prepping for 2 huge events, tomorrow and Saturday.
So excited.
We're excited, a little bit scared. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So yeah, we had, it's been a crazy week.
Yes, it has.
we're prepping for our big events, which are tomorrow. By the time you see this, they will have been over, I guess, if we're going to upload Saturday again. But tomorrow we're hosting a Halloween party, and then Saturday the City of Hollywood is doing a big block party. So that's going to be wild and crazy and fun.
Holly weird.
Yeah. And
I'm scared, to be honest
so
with you.
I'm
I'm terrified.
I mean, I'll feel more comfortable once we kind of move stuff out of the way, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely a little nervous.
I'm just expecting herds of
drunks,
just inebriated folks coming in here. Like,
listen, if it gets to be too much, we'll chop their heads off. Now, we'll just close the door. I mean, seriously, because I'm not going to kill myself over, drunkards. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be high energy, which I'm looking forward to. So it'll be good.
I'm really excited for our live acts.
Yeah.
On tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
I'm super stoked for that.
Since we've had Old Ghost, we have done, magic, but we haven't done burlesque here. So that's going to be cool. And she told me what her little thing is, and it's cute.
She came, right? And kind of gave you, a little rundown?
Well, she did her lighting yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And she, kind of told me, a little bit of it, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that, too.
Super excited.
In full hair and makeup and everything, and costume. But, yeah, we officially, we were literally, I don't know, October stands out to me from last year because that's when we found this building. Mm-hmm. So it's been, a year of kind of putting work in here. Because I remember last year this time, on Halloween we were here during the day, and they were prepping for the Hollywood.
Oh, already?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We weren't moved in yet, but we were, kind of coming in, looking around, oh, we're moving here.
What? Wait, so when did you find out that you were getting Melina's?
In October.
Oh, okay. That was, the first time you came and looked at it.
Yeah, it was, I want to say it was, honestly, I don't remember. I think it was the last weekend of September when we went to the estate sale, which, put everything into motion. And then, we definitely were here in October because I remember, and I have a picture of me sitting in here, and I'm wearing, a jack-o'-lantern shirt.
Yeah.
I think it was on Halloween. We had come in. It still looked how Melina's looked, with the green and blue walls and everything. And, but we just kind of came to, check it out, and they were prepping for the block party. And we were like, whoa. This is awesome.
Here we are a year later.
Yep.
Dude, I still have the videos when we came, and I took some footage of, you outside and inside. I still have that. I gotta do something with it.
I know.
Because I've seen it a couple times in the last, every time I upload my fucking SD card, I see it, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. So much time has gone by.
I know. It's, I feel I don't know, I'm not on this planet. It's just everything has flown by. Mm-hmm. And it seems unreal that we've been out of that shop already for I don't know, 8 months.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Every time I drive by it, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I just drove by yesterday actually when I was coming from the airport.
They tore down Vogue.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they have a fence up around it now, but they tore down Vogue.
Do you know anything about that?
Nope. Hannah, works at the pet lodge next door, she texted me a couple months ago, and just a random, she hits me up every once in a while, because she's in the area, like, oh, can I come by? I have a dog, whatever. But we're never here. It's always at like 10 in the morning.
I have a dog.
But she trained David Beckham's dog.
I think you
did. I show you that picture? It's like him, Posh Spice, and like.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, in the pet lodge, like with their dog.
You told me, but I don't think I saw the fucking picture.
So she trained their dog, and so she was.
They live here?
I don't know. They might like have a house maybe in Miami or something. Yeah. But yeah, so she was telling me that she went over there because you know she always used to walk the dogs by, and she went over there and there was like some guys outside, and she straight up asked them like, "What's going on here? Like, what are you doing here?" And that they like didn't really answer, and she was like, "Is it going to be a strip club?" And that one of the guys was like, "You didn't hear it from me." I'm like, "You're not cute. Like, shut the fuck up."
Meaning yes?
I would imagine, yeah. Meaning yes. So.
Oh shit. So they're actually
I don't know.
going through with that.
I mean, we'll see because they're doing a lot of work to the building itself. Like they've gutted the entire inside. I saw through the. I drove into the alley one day, like to get a look, and the entire inside is gutted. Like there's no walls or anything anymore. So I don't know what they're doing. I hope.
But they would have to add on to that, right?
What do you mean?
To the building, or is it big enough for a strip club?
No, it's huge. It's definitely big enough.
I guess it's just very long.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, they have a huge parking lot. Now that they tore that other building down. Mm-hmm. Somebody actually, that was one of the topics that somebody had put through Old Ghosts was landlord from hell story. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I can't talk about it.
No?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, it's a good introduction.
It's just so long. Like,
yeah.
But really, to make a long story short, I did make videos about it on our Instagram, like when it, not right when it happened, but after we were like ready to talk about it. And really what happened was that we got fucked over royally. And this guy came in, like mysteriously bought the building. And he was like a millionaire, multimillionaire, but he was a scammer, like a dirty, rotten fucking scam artist. And
so somebody new came in.
Yeah.
Into your lease.
Well, he bought the whole property. Okay. Like originally, so like many, many years ago, there was the bar, the shop, and then there was a distillery that had moved in too, that like they were in talks to do stuff together linked with the bar. Well, then the bar closed, and then the guy from the distillery bought the property initially. The property went up for sale in like 2016. Yeah. And so he bought it with his friend or whatever. They were young, I don't know, early 30s maybe. And they just got into a bunch of other shit. They really weren't interested in having the property anymore. And they, like, got into Bitcoin, which, whatever. And so they, like, sold it without telling us, which was the first, like, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I ended up finding out on accident because I got an email that I wasn't supposed to get about the sale of the property. And I was like,
you told me that.
What the fuck is this? So they had no choice but to, like, kind of tell me what was going on at that point. Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known until we got the letter saying, hey, this is your new landlord.
Yeah.
And so basically that's what happened. They sold the building to this millionaire dude, and he was just fucking nasty from the start. Like, I tell everybody, I remember the first day I ever met him in person, we were standing outside of the shop, like, on Miami Road, facing the shop. And he just fucking tells me casually, number one, the whole conversation, he's like throwing out how he doesn't get tattoos and he doesn't know why people get them and like just talking shit. And I'm like, all right, dude, like I get it. Who fucking cares? Shut the fuck up. Like, why is that relevant? So, but he just like makes it a point to keep telling me this. And I'm like, all right. And then he just straight up tells me that the dirt underneath the building is worth more than what we pay in rent there.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay, like, what do you say to that? So,
holy shit.
The balls on this guy, like, egomaniac,
really?
Truly. And I was just like, oh, okay, like, laughed it off. But I'm like, all right, like, I know where I stand with this guy now.
Yeah, clearly.
Pretty much. And so that's how it started. And then the next few years were just fucking absolute hellish. Like, he ripped out our mailbox. That was the first thing he did. Ripped it out, threw it in the fucking dumpster. I go with the keys to check the mail one day. I'm like, where the fuck is our mailbox? And it was just gone.
I just laugh.
Which is a crime. It's a federal crime to rip out like.
What was the reason?
I don't know.
He like wanted you to see it?
I guess. He's like, this is gonna be my first dig at them. Like, I don't fucking know. He was insane. And then the next time, like the next thing that happened was, I'll never forget it. Jackson calls me at like 6 a.m. And he's like, oh my God, somebody broke in last night. And I'm like, what? Like, well, what's missing? Like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. I'm fucking I'm freaking out. He's like, the hallway is black. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the hallway's black. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? So he's like, somebody broke in and painted the hallway black. And I'm like, what? So eventually I get up and I go over there, and like, quick backstory, the kids that initially bought the building, they did all this construction in the building, and they had this hallway built from the back door of our shop to the parking lot, so that you didn't have to like walk through the alley or whatever. It was like safe and blah, blah, blah. So at the end of that hallway, there were like fireproof metal doors. Okay. So we look on the camera and this fucking landlord, the fucking owner, at like 4 a.m. comes with a fucking bulldozer chugging down Miami Road, like going the opposite way to turn down the alleyway. And he went to the back of the building and he ripped the fucking doors off with like...
He can do that?
No! He did not care. He lived by his own rules.
How did he get away with this?
Because the city just fucking... I don't know. He was probably paying somebody off, honestly. I ended up finding out years later, because there was another business that was across the street that we used to like beef with all the time. It was a parking business.
Sounds a little wacky.
It was. And I ran into the owner of that, like downtown Fort Lauderdale on Las Olas. I'm like eating at Rocco's Tacos, and he walks by and he comes up to me, he starts talking. He's like, are you guys still there? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, like I had to get out of there. Like he's crazy, this and that. And I ended up finding out that he's like best friends with like the mayor or some shit. So I'm like, there you go.
There it is.
So it was just a fucking crazy thing. So he did that. He literally ripped the doors off, came in with like one of those backpacks that like industrial spray paint. And he spray painted only half of the hallway black.
Oh?
Because you don't remember? Like only half of it was black. And the floors too.
I can't remember. But what's the reason?
Just to try to get us out. Like sabotaging us. Like to make the place look like shit, I guess. I don't know. Then he decided that he was going to rip the AC out of the bathroom. Which he did. And it's legal. I don't know how the fuck that's legal in Florida with how hot it is. But it's legal. All you have to have is like a vent in there for ventilation. So he ripped the AC out of the common hallway and the bathrooms. He straight up told me, I don't feel like paying the bill for it. Like, what? How much is it? $100 a month? Like $200? What the fuck?
He's like a troll.
Yeah, really. And then he just literally let the building go decrepit. I mean, he was not doing any upkeep with the property. The building was infested with termites. We had, in 2020 when COVID hit, we had a swarm of termites. The hell that we've been through, nobody knows. Truly, nobody knows. So we had a swarm of termites. We're like trying to stay open, like backdoor style in the beginning because we had rent to pay. That was another thing. We had hit him up and asked him, hey, look, like we can't work. Is there any kind of like anything that you can do for our rent? I swear on everything, this fucking guy texts me back and goes, we have bills to pay too. Excuse me? Like, you're rich, dude. Bye.
Right.
And according to you, the dirt underneath our fucking thing is worth more, so go take a scoop. So, yeah, he did not give us any kind of breaks, which it's fine. We, like, weren't looking for a handout, but figured we would ask. So we were trying to work, and the building was swarmed with termites, and we had to pay out of our own pocket to get our, like, portion of the building treated. Yeah. And, so that was like the beginning of the end. Definitely we could see the writing on the wall that this was not, like this was going nowhere fast. And shortly after that, like probably a year, I would say, a little over a year, was when we got the first letter saying that the building was in foreclosure. So that's what happened. We got a letter one day.
So maybe he was like, oh, all my efforts. These people.
Oh, yeah. We were holding on.
Want to leave.
No, we were like,
right,
we're going to
so
fucking wait it out, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, because we had like 6 years left on that lease still.
Yeah.
And we were like, why are we going to leave? Like, the real estate was booming. Everybody was moving here. Shit was super expensive. So we were like, let's just wait it out. It sucks, definitely. Like, it's not fun, but it's better than like what would possibly be the alternative, like finding somewhere in this economy.
Exactly.
So, we waited, and then one day we get a letter. I will never forget it. Jackson went in early for an appointment and saw a FedEx. The guys in the shop are fucking clueless. Like, they're just in their own worlds. So we had gotten like an overnighted FedEx, like legal thing. Nobody said anything to either of us. So we had no idea. So then he just went in early the next morning for an appointment, and he's like, sees it on his station. He's like, what is this? And he opens it, and he calls me, and he's like, are you sitting down? And I'm like, what? So immediately I'm like, gonna throw up. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why? He's like, because I'm about to drop a bomb. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he sends me a picture of the letter, and he's like, I don't even, like, he's like, I have to start my appointment. I don't know what this is. You need to come, like, look at it. So I went over there, and I'm reading it, and I'm just, like, shaking, crying. Like, what, how can this be real? So, again, long story short, called a lawyer. They looked into our lease. They looked into, like, everything, and they're like, you're fucked. That's really what the lady told me. She's like, not to be blunt, but you're shit out of luck. Like, you need to negotiate for a set term, and you need to get the fuck out of there and get away from him. And she's like, I see this, sadly, a lot. Yeah. And if you try to fight back, he's going to make you eat it.
She knew what you were dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we did. I called and I negotiated for a 6-month term, which I thought would be enough time. It ended up working out, thank God. But this happened in August. It was Friday the 13th that we opened that letter. I'll never forget it. So
I know you're superstitious.
So I'm like, okay, we'll be able to find something. Like, it'll be fine. Dude. By October, I was like, we're fucked. We're going to have to close. Like, this is it. Like, this is the end of at least Old Ghost. Because the shop, he could find, like, a small place to kind of go in and open a tattoo shop, and it wouldn't be that hard. But for all of this, we needed a big amount of space. And we also didn't want to be, like, secluded anymore, like how we were there. And so, yeah, it was really, really scary. It looked really bleak for many, many weeks and months. Yeah. And then this happened. How insane. So
yeah, I still can't believe it. Like, that story.
Yeah.
So insane.
But basically what he did in the long run was he faked a foreclosure, which I come to find out is, like, extremely common with these millionaire types, that they will, like, make a company, they'll buy, like, a property, and then they won't pay the mortgage with that company, so then they'll bankrupt that company. Then they'll make a shell company in, like, somebody else's name, and they'll sue the original company that bought the property for, like, ownership. And that's exactly what he did. And, like, I am not a stupid person. I'm not a fucking lawyer. Yeah. But when I need to find something out, like, I will find it out. So when we initially got the letter saying that we were being sued, I'm, like, looking at it, and the name on the LLC that was listed under, I'm like, I know this name. Why do I know this name? And I started looking it up, and it was his fucking secretary. Like, dude, messy. So obvious. Like, not trying to conceal anything. So at that point, I, of course, was extremely irate, and I, like, hated the guy. Like, every day I would be like, I hope all his teeth fall out and all his hairs fall out. And I still do. So I'm not sorry. But that's basically what happened.
Like, that's
evil. He just doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. Human. No. There's, like, no remorse. No fucks given whatsoever. Okay, so let's jump into these questions. That was a 18-minute story.
Great.
So somebody asked, how do I structure my day as a business owner? Every day is different, which I like, actually. I do like to have some sort of routine, but every day is different. Typically, on a, like, normal day, I wake up super early, anywhere between, like, 6 and 6:30. And I do my, personal thing. I take my dogs out, feed them breakfast, and that kind of thing. I drink coffee, and then it really just depends. Like, every day is different. Some days I don't have that much to do. Other days I have a million things to do. A lot of the times, like, during the week, sometimes I have to come here and work the store. Sometimes I have to pack orders, so I go to our warehouse and I do that. And yeah, I mean, it just, somehow, usually I end up here.
Can't stay away?
No, sadly.
She's coming here to hang out with me.
Honestly, yeah. Half the time, yeah. Like, before, I would just be in there by myself all the time. Yeah. So it was like, it would be so lonely. I'd literally start, yep. I would start talking to, like, the heads and be like, so, what you guys doing? Like, hoping one of them will talk back, but yeah, every day literally is different. I like when I have a lot to do. Yeah. Or, like, when there's, like, an event coming here. because I like to be busy. Even though I complain about it when it's happening, I do like to be busy. So it's always fun when there's like stuff going on, whether it's here or like in the city of Hollywood. That's always exciting. But yeah, I do give myself like timelines. Like, okay, I need to get to the warehouse by 9. I need to finish packing by 11 so that I can go do this, and then I can run this errand. And by 12, I need to do this. Like, I'm very strict with myself on that, because I feel like if I'm not, I'll just end up sitting around doing a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new season of American Horror Story?
No, I forgot that it was out.
I didn't think you did. I have. There's only 2 episodes. There might be a third now, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, I completely fucking forgot. Wait, I need to go home and watch it.
Yeah.
It's good?
I'm actually surprised because I didn't think I was going to like it, and I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's in it? Anyone from the original cast?
So far, okay, did you watch The Watcher?
No. Did you?
I didn't like it.
You finished
Don't
it?
hate me. Yeah.
Wow, you're watching a lot lately.
I know.
Look at you.
I know.
No, I haven't watched it, but Laz told me that it was...
Well, we started watching it here. And then I'm like, all right, let me finish it.
I'm intrigued.
He liked it. I didn't.
No. See, I like Ryan Murphy. Like, Ryan Murphy gets a lot of
sucks.
shit for whatever reason.
Really?
Like, people don't like him. And I get, like, a lot of his stuff is very campy, and I don't know if that's why. I fucking love him. I love American Horror Story. I love
me too.
Ratchet. I loved Hollywood.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch it. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it.
I haven't liked the last few seasons of American Horror Story, so that's why I was nervous about this one. But there's a little like twist in there that I'm like,
in The Watcher or American Horror Story?
No, American Horror Story.
Yeah.
That I was like really interested in, because I'm like a conspiracy girl. Not that I believe them, but I like to hear about them. Like,
well, tell me, what is the general plot?
It's about AIDS.
Oh.
I hope that's not a spoiler.
Oh. Okay.
Which not a lot of people thought that it was about.
Is it present time?
No, it's based in the 80s. I think you're going to really like it. What I told Laz, because he started watching it too. Laz is a tattooer in the shop, by the way. But I'm like, if anything, there's going to be a lot of good music coming out of this season. Because a lot of the scenes are based in like these gay leather clubs.
Oh, say less.
So
say less, baby.
I was like, wow, this is really good so far. There are actors in it that were in other seasons, but not like Evan Peters type things. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head, but one of the guys that's in The Watcher is in this season too. But yeah, it seems promising for now. Okay. Somebody asked that, so that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm eagerly looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's weird though; they didn't do any marketing for it. I feel like
Barely.
They didn't announce that there was even going to be a season until like.
No. I think the first thing we saw was when we were in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that was like the first thing that he put out, which was interesting.
And it's weird to me that they air it so late, because now this is going to go on until like Christmas.
Yeah, it has to. It has to go past Halloween.
I would think they would have started it maybe like in September.
Right. That's when he used to do it. And it would end usually like on Halloween or around Halloween.
At least maybe like have like the season, like have Halloween like mid-season. Yeah. That to me makes sense, but.
Yeah, so I don't know. Interesting.
You got to watch White Lotus too. I think that just premiered.
Oh, I saw a thing for that. I didn't know Jennifer Coolidge was in it.
Oh my god, dude, she's the best. I mean, she plays herself basically in the show, like her, typical.
She sort of plays that in The Watcher too.
Oh, she's in The Watcher.
Yeah.
I'm going home right now. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. What else? I like, somebody asked, what do we think are overrated horror movies? I like that question. Personally, Halloween.
Whoa.
Like, I like them, but like, okay. Jamie,
okay, well, which one are we talking about? Because that's very important.
Well, I have not seen, like I didn't see this last one, because I'm just like, okay, you need to let go. Like, it's been enough. And I heard it sucked.
Well, the new one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the best. Like, I didn't hate it, but I can't say too much without it being, like, major spoilers, but it's unlike any other Halloween movie that there has ever been.
I'm like a first one movie girl. Like,
yeah. So
I like the first
let's
movie.
just get on. You do like the first one.
That's it.
Okay.
Like, I like the first ones, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, all the Freddy versus Jason, like, okay,
Yeah.
like, bitch, we don't need that many.
There's only so much that you can do.
Yeah.
Before.
Although, I will say, Pirates of the Caribbean, every movie.
Okay, but that's different because...
the storylines are so different.
I mean, Michael, how many times can he die and come back? Or any I guess, villain.
Yeah.
Horror villain. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen Freddy. I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I've never seen fucking... What is Jason?
Okay, guys, it's been
Friday
really
the 13th.
fun. I think we're going to cut it here.
I mean, I think I might have seen the first Friday the 13th. No, I have.
Okay. I
But
love
years
Nightmare
ago.
on Elm Street. I love that movie. It's just, again, goes back to, like, what we were talking about last time with, like, vintage horror. I mean,
Yeah.
I was referencing, like, the 30s.
Yeah, which is so different.
It is.
In a better way, I think.
Yeah. But even, like, that, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, we were watching it in the shop not too long ago, and it's so fucking stupid that it's good.
Well, yeah, and you could maybe say, well, no, you can't say the same thing about Halloween because it's great. But Nightmare on Elm Street, I tried watching it like a couple of days ago, and I've tried so many times to watch it, and like 20 minutes in, I find myself like on my phone, or
yeah.
I walk away.
That's how I felt with Nope.
I don't know why I can't watch it.
I had a lady that came in here yesterday that was talking to me about movies, and she was talking to me about Terrifier 2, which, sorry, I cannot watch.
You seen the first one?
They were playing it last night.
I haven't seen
them. I can't do that extreme gore. I can't.
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit of it, but when it's like...
It does nothing.
No, I can't.
What's the point?
I can't. It was too much. I'm like, I don't need to fucking see this shit. Like, it's not fun to me.
Yeah.
So she was telling me about that, and then she said, Nope and Barbarian, top 2 horror movies of this year. And I'm like, okay.
I would have to agree.
And she's like, have you seen them? And I was like, I saw Nope, but I haven't seen Barbarian.
I think you'd like Barbarian.
She's like, don't watch any trailers, which
Don't.
I already did. She's like, don't watch any trailers.
You'll like that
don't
one.
look it up. Just watch it. She's
Yeah.
like, you are going to be scared. I'm like,
You're going to be scared.
Okay.
So did you...
I hated Nope.
Did you
Sorry.
see Halloween Ends then? No.
No.
Okay.
Because I just can't.
There are some aspects to it that you are gonna like,
Okay.
but for the most part, yeah, you probably. I don't know. See, I didn't hate it. See, when I went to go see it with Adam, he literally got up and walked out of the theater at one point and came back. I liked it.
Okay, you're allowed.
Plot wise and.
Like, Jamie Lee Curtis, bitch, hang it up. I'm sorry. I know she has a fan club and everything, and, like, everybody like, Queen! No. I've had enough.
She's alright.
The first movie, that was good. I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Her character doesn't bother me as much as she does in real life. Like, I'm sorry. I watch interviews of hers, and I'm like, I can't.
That is hilarious.
She just comes off so... like self-righteous. I
Really?
don't know what it is. I can't stand
I don't know. I saw
it.
an interview of her the other day where she was like, yeah, I've been just traveling. I haven't even eaten. I don't even know what time it is. I'm like, okay. Like, she's a grandma,
comes off,
whatever.
Like, borderline, like, rude. In some interviews I
Really?
watched, I'm like, ew, I don't want to watch this. It's ruining it.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So overrated. So what was your answer?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I
like the Halloween
just
franchise.
off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I could think of something else. I don't know.
For me,
What do
I
you
think it's like the first thing that comes up to my head is like Ari Aster movies, like Hereditary and Midsummer, which on first watch I liked kind of, but
which one or both?
Both. I liked Midsummer more than Hereditary.
Me too.
But to me, it's like one of those movies where you watch it once and it's like it has that wow factor, and then
it
doesn't really hold up anymore after that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
dude, when I saw Midsummer, I'll never forget it. I was scarred. I watched it during COVID by myself in my house, and I had, which I really liked because I went into it not having a fucking clue what it was about. Yeah. So I like saw it. I thought it was like not a happy movie, but not what it was.
I think that's like kind of how they marketed it.
Dude, I fucking I was really like affected after I watched that movie. I just sat there like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I could not process it. Yeah. So I think I like movies that make an impression like that on me. So that's why I liked it. But we just watched Hereditary in the shop, like, I don't know, fucking a month ago or something. I was always kind of freaked out to watch it because they were always like, "Oh my god, it's so scary."
It is horrifying.
It's disturbing.
I
would say
there's
like it's
no
unsettling.
Entertainment value in it. It's like I'm still watching a movie. Fuck, I've got, like this is just too much.
Yeah, it's more like unsettling, like this certain scenes like with the naked people and shit, like stuff like that. Sorry, spoiler, but
I don't even remember that.
It's
in
at
Hereditary?
the end. Yeah.
No, oh.
Wait, was that Hereditary? Yeah, that's
in
where
the
the kid's head. Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. No.
So, but that little girl, bless her heart, she freaks me out.
Yeah.
She fucking freaks me out.
Yeah.
So she kind of adds, but then she dies. So okay, spoiler alert.
We gotta put that in the description. Lots of spoilers.
Lots of spoilers. Any other overrated?
I can't think of any horror movies. To be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
It's not the first thing that I
pick
that I go for. No.
I'm definitely more of like a psychological thriller person.
100%.
Like I search for that.
Yep.
There's never anything good, but I'll rewatch old stuff. Okay, so while we're on the topic of movies, some people asked, what is your favorite horror movie? But
just one?
Well, then somebody else said top 5.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So my number 1 is classic, like easy. It's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
John Carpenter's Halloween. Not only did he direct it, but he also did the original music for it, which to me is a big part of, I think, the reason why so many people love it and why it is what it is.
Yeah.
Without the soundtrack, without that score, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's really iconic. It really is. And
I don't think anything is or maybe ever will be as iconic as that music.
Probably not.
Yeah. Like growing up, I watched that, every Halloween. To me, that was like Halloween didn't start yet until I watched that movie.
Yeah, me too.
That it like embodies, like it's Halloween.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like that sentimental kind of nostalgic, value to it.
Yeah.
But it still holds up to me even now.
Yeah.
Like, still now, if I haven't watched it yet, like Halloween hasn't started. Like I can rewatch that movie over and over and over, and I never get sick of it. And Michael does scare me. He truly does scare me.
He's scary, I guess.
And I think the reason, I mean, it's been said like 100 times, is because you really don't know who he is,
right?
What his intentions are. He doesn't speak. You don't. It's just unsettling.
Yeah.
The minute someone opens their mouth, it kind of takes away from that.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
And I think that's why I find him scarier than like Freddy or whoever else. And yeah, he's a stalker. Like, and he can't die. I don't know. I love it. And also it's like the fact that they were able to make that movie with such a little budget, and it just shows that you can make a masterpiece. You don't need $80 billion fucking dollars to do that.
No, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah. So
okay,
that's number 1.
That's one.
That's one. So that's number 1. Again, I don't watch like a whole lot of horror, so I had to write them down because I have a bad memory.
trying to think of the list that we gave the cinema to reference from.
It was like mostly classics.
Yeah.
Christine, another John Carpenter, Carrie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, also Michael Jackson's Thriller. I don't know if that counts, but I fucking love it. I fucking love that music video. It's the best. I'm like a Prince girl.
Yeah.
But he did that.
No, that is
he really did that.
It is really like, again, I think like nostalgic. Like that's such a thing. Like in the 90s, like everybody everywhere when Halloween comes around, that song is playing.
Yeah.
And I remember like that was like the music video that would play all the time around Halloween time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that.
And then I'm so Sinister, which you haven't seen yet, right?
Ooh.
Dude, you gotta fucking see it. So it's not a favorite because I can't watch it because it's so scary. But I thought I should mention it for that reason. Like, I can't say, but you really should watch it, and maybe like around like in the next few days. And then there's this movie called The Vanishing, which is not technically a horror movie. It's more of like a psychological thriller. Yeah. So you might really like it.
What is it about? It sounds familiar.
I think there's an American version.
Oh, okay.
But this one is the one I'm talking about. I think it's French.
Okay.
And it came out in the 80s. So basically, it's about this couple. They're on vacation, and they make a stop like at a gas station, and I think the boyfriend's in the car. The girlfriend goes inside, and then she doesn't come back out. She just never comes back, and she goes missing. And for 3 years, he has no idea what happened to her. And then this guy gets in contact with him and basically starts taunting him and telling him, like, do you want to know what happened to her?
Oh.
And so this kind of goes on for a while, and you do find out what happened to her. And it is bone-chilling.
What?
It is scarring, traumatizing.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it left... it's terrifying.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
It's not a horror... Again, it's not a horror movie. It's it's traumatizing.
I think that movies that are real are scarier.
Yeah.
At least to me.
And it's one of those things you have to go in blind. Do not look it up. Do not watch a trailer. It's...
Yeah, I definitely think that movies that, like, have that, like, realistic appeal are scarier than, like, actual horror movies.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, fucking scary movies were scary. Yeah. But, like, now that I'm old, like, things that can actually happen, like fucking kidnappings and, like, weird shit like that, that's what freaks me out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, think of that list that we sent. Definitely The Shining is one of my top 5 for sure. I love that movie. That's another movie that I have, like, once I watch that, not so much Halloween, but, like, fall, I'm like, okay, it's fall.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched The Shining. I love that movie.
Definitely.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street, too.
All of them, or the first one?
No, just the first one.
Yeah.
Trying to think. All the ones that you've said, I also like.
Yeah.
Besides The Vanishing, because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And Sinister, I've never seen either.
Scary.
I should have prepared, because I know that there's movies like that I've really liked that were, I wouldn't maybe say horror, but they scared me. But yeah, pretty much all the classics I like.
Yeah.
House of a Thousand Corpses. I love that movie too.
What about Devil's Rejects? Really?
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's okay.
I love it.
I think I
like it more than House.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like House of a Thousand Corpses just because of the, like, look. And, like, the sets and stuff like that. Yeah, that
makes sense.
Because it's, like, relatable almost. I mean, the way that he did that movie is, like, that's it. That is it. When it comes to, like, dark ride and, like, haunted fucking house, like, circus sideshow thing, he really nailed that feeling. Okay, so I can't think of 5, so too bad. But those are my top 3. Guilty pleasures in music and movies. That was another good one.
Guilty pleasures in music and movies.
I guess the way that I take that is, like, maybe something that you, like, listen to or watch that other people wouldn't really think that you did.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't feel guilty about them.
Right. I think that's how I take it. Like, like stuff you listen to or watch that people will be like, you listen to that? Or, like, you watch that?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of things. Like, more so probably music, because it's all over the fucking board. Like, I mean, I can't pull up my phone right now because it's recording, but, I mean,
Bad Bunny.
Like, I'll listen to Hillary Duff sometimes. Like, growing up, I was obsessed.
Well, I think, but that's, like, nostalgia.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
But I do get it.
Like, Bad Bunny's, like, hit song, I don't know the name of it, but, like, when he's, like...
Sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it. But, like, the selfie, or, like, You know what I'm talking about. Dude, I fucking love that song.
That is so good. That's hilarious.
Oh my god, I love that song. Oh god, I don't know. There's definitely, like, in the music realm, there's probably,
I would say, like, right off the bat for me would be, like, Disney. Like, Disney parks
hard.
music. And
Tarzan?
Disney music just in general.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, okay, you put a fucking meme one day that I was dying
I know what you're talking about.
Where it was like, I don't know who it is or what it was. I don't remember if it was a cartoon or what, but it was like somebody that was like tough with headphones on.
And it's Tarzan?
Yes. And it's like, this is what people think I'm listening to. It's like Eminem or some shit. And it was really like Tarzan was playing. That's me.
100%.
So yeah, shit like that and like movie scores, like.
Oh yeah.
And soundtracks. I listen to a lot of weird shit, like Greek fucking, like, sounds like, I don't even know what, like, I listen to a lot of, like, foreign, like, music. I really like Mexican, it's like folklore, like, music.
Interesting.
They play it a lot in... Okay, so... This awkward cut. We actually recorded for another 30 minutes, but when we finished fully, we realized that the camera stopped recording.
My phone died.
Yeah. So the awkward cutoff, what I was telling her was that they play the music a lot in the Mexican restaurant that's up the street. So we have the remaining 30 or so minutes of the podcast, but it's just going to be audio. So we're going to just insert maybe a picture of like a pumpkin or something here instead of a black screen.
If you don't feel like looking at that, head over to our Spotify.
Yes.
And you can just listen to the rest of the audio.
Babble and Babettes. We're learning with this new technologically special
Thank
experience.
you
So
for being patient.
yes, keep listening because the rest of it is really good. And yeah, thank you for sticking with us. Okay, keep listening. In the Mexican place, yeah.
Is it like a?
Yeah. It like for a fucking people like us, it would remind you of like Disney because they play a lot of that in Disney.
Yeah.
But I really like that music and the way that
interesting
the women like dress and do their makeup and everything when they dance like that. It's beautiful.
You have to put me on.
Yeah. So I listen to a lot of weird shit. Like I just be searching on Spotify.
I love Spotify for that feature where you can pick a song and then it will like enhance it or go to the radio. That is the best.
Yep. What about movies? I know right off the top of that. Not even a movie, but a TV show. Jersey Shore.
Listen, that's an American classic.
I just started rewatching it again. I fucking love Jersey Shore.
You're lying if you don't. If you don't like that, if you don't get pleasure out of that, who are you?
It's mindless, dumb, like...
No, but now there's a Reddit that you can go on, I think, and the cast, I think, would, like, answer questions, or they would tell you, like, the dirty details of what actually fucking happened.
Oh, my God.
And you found... There's some shit on
That's
there.
hilarious. I fucking love Jersey Shore, though. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's been years, but I definitely was tuning in.
I love it.
Like,
I just literally started rewatching it again. As far as movies, I don't really know.
There's definitely a lot of movies I like that are not considered good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it does something for me, like if I walk out feeling a little different, that's good
matters.
To me.
Yeah. Like what?
So on the plane when I just went to fucking wherever I went, Atlanta, they had the TV on the plane.
Yeah.
And oh God, sorry. The Beach was on there. You ever seen The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
So that movie is considered like not very good. Yeah. And they're towards the middle.
You're about to knock a bunch of shit down.
What the fuck is happening? Oh my God!
It's those candles.
Towards the middle of the movie, it does kind of lose itself, and it's kind of like, okay, what's happening here? But I watched that I think in like 2013 or something for the first time, and it like sparked this thing in me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna move to Thailand. Like I like went on it. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? Yeah. I was like under 20. I'm like, I don't even Like, but I really thought.
Yeah.
That I was, so that's like the power of movies. Like,
Yep.
I really thought that I was going to move to Thailand, I was going to find that island, and I was going to live there.
Yep.
So I guess that one, from the top of my head, I think I actually wrote one down. Oh, The Crow. So
people think that's bad?
Yeah. It's more of like a cult. Well, it depends on who you're asking. Like,
I don't think it's bad.
It's like a cult classic, I guess. Yeah. But it's incredible. I mean, the dialogue is can get a little cheesy here and there, but it's another movie I grew up watching. So there's like that sentimental value. And Eric Draven is such like an amazing character. So those are the only two I can think of. There's definitely more. God,
I can't even think of one. I don't know. I guess any
I guess what movie makes you feel like, what's your go-to like feel good movie?
I don't know. I would like need to see a list of like things and be like,
like
Twilight? I watch that. Oh, I love Twilight.
There you go.
I will watch that and be like, I'm in high school again.
Yeah.
I love those
You prefer
movies.
Twilight or New Moon?
Which one? New Moon is the second one?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that the one where he leaves her?
Yeah.
Bitch, let me tell you something right now.
I just should have known.
I was Bella, okay?
Yep.
When that movie came out, obviously my boyfriend wasn't a vampire, I wish, but I had gone through like a similar breakup at that time that was brutal, like heart-wrenching. Like I would lay in my fucking bed and cry and scream like that.
That scene where the months are going by.
Oh my God. It's still in my head with that song, There's a Possibility.
Yep.
Dude, that really just hit me in the fucking heart.
Yeah.
That got me. So yeah, but I love all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I lied. Pirates of the Caribbean isn't the only movie franchise.
There you go.
Twilight, I do like all of them.
You like Kristen Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so hot to me. Like, oh man.
She yeah, I mean, I just think that she is perfect for that character. Mm-hmm. But I read all the books too.
I never read them.
Yeah, I read them before the movies came out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really do love that franchise. The last movies are like, okay, we're kind of pushing it, but I don't know, just for that reason, like that I read all the books and I really liked the series. I liked them. So yeah, that is definitely, because people be hating on Twilight. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
Though. Like now, I think with with TikTok culture, I feel like there's been this like turnaround. Though.
Really?
Yeah, because I see there's like a huge
Twilight fandom.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Oh, like I need to get on that.
People have come around.
I need to get on that side because I don't see anything like that.
Yeah.
Pet peeves. Where do I start? How much time do we have?
This is all you.
When people chew loud.
Oof.
Or with their mouth open. God, it's so simple. Close your fucking lips. I can't. Like, I can't deal with that.
But what about the sound?
Ugh.
What if people are chewing with their mouth closed, but you can still hear it?
Usually you can't fucking hear it unless they're like, I don't even know how that's possible. But like if you're eating with someone and you're just smacking, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, I want to know like how you don't have that self-awareness.
Right. How are you not conscious of like the fact that you're
that you just you don't get
close your goddamn mouth. Yeah, that is definitely one of my pet peeves. Another one is like if somebody, this is so specific, if somebody is like, something's wrong with them and they like will come next to you and be like,
oh, you told me this.
Like,
yeah.
Because they want you to be like, oh, what's wrong? Or like, what's the matter? I will do everything in my power to never ask you. Like, just fucking come up to me and be like, dude, life's fucking fucked me. Or like, say something like, wow, my stomach hurts. Like, just say it. Don't prompt me. Like, I can't stand when motherfuckers do that.
Yeah,
like, I can't. Yeah, off the bat, those are like my top two that stand out. I'm sure there's a list of a million more.
It's like one of those things when you ask and it's like,
yeah, you can't think of anything.
Can't think of anything.
When people are rude, like for no reason.
Yeah, that was one of mine. Like people who are rude to customer service for no reason. It's so embarrassing and
or like rude to servers.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes me want to, like, die.
Like, look, I'm worked in retail for many, many years. I still do now, technically.
Yeah.
So I get it. There are days when you just don't want to be fucked with. You don't want to talk to anyone. Mm-hmm. I really do understand. So, like, when I go out places and I'm treated that way, a lot of the times I'm like, well, I get it. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not going to not tip a server because they're a little rude. You know what I mean? But if it's, like, extensive...
No,
different story.
I'm talking about, like, if you're with someone and they're rude to the server.
No, I know.
Oh. I'm
saying, like, off of that, like, that, yeah, sometimes, like, nowadays especially, it's gotten way worse. People are just fucking, I'm talking about the people working, are just fucking rude.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, you go somewhere to eat, and, like, a waitress will just fucking be rude. Like, they don't give a fuck, because they know that the restaurant's really not going to fire them because they're desperate for employees right now. So, service... as a whole has really just fucking gone down in their standards, but in the same sense, like I also worked in restaurants too, like way when I was like a teenager, like my first jobs ever. And I do, like, it's fucking taxing. Like, it sucks to have to deal with people all fucking day. It's not easy. Yeah. So I get it.
It's exhausting.
And then there are those people that are just born assholes right out of their mother's vagina. Like, they are just sons of bitches, no matter what. And they're just fucking rude. So, yeah, I mean, more power to you. All the people that are in the service industry right now. Yeah. Especially food and bev. Red flags and green flags.
I don't know.
Red flag?
So, a red flag, are we talking just, like, in people or, like, potential, like, partners or both?
I guess I would say, like, yeah, in general, like, both.
I guess for both, like, I guess how people talk about other people. I guess, like, when I'm thinking of, like, a partner or something, or they're always, like, how they speak about, like, their exes. Yeah. That's a red flag. Like, if it's negative.
Yeah. If every negative, ex-girlfriend is crazy.
Yeah. That's a super red flag.
I think it might be you.
And then green flag, you know, if it's on the opposite side. And I guess, that goes for people in general, too. You know?
Yeah, I think if a person is, like, the only time they talk to you is to talk shit about someone or something. Yeah. Or, like, some kind of, like, drama-filled
something's wrong.
Thing. It's like...
something's wrong there.
Yeah. Why don't you have anything else to talk about? Right. That would definitely be, like, a red flag. I think, like, lying about stupid shit, too. Oh, yeah. Red flag.
100%. Like, if you... I get... people gotta tell little white lies sometimes. Yeah. That's fine. Or but embellish. If you fucking lie for no reason, for the fuck of it, especially if I know you're lying, it is so... bizarre, embarrassing. Yeah. I don't understand it, and I probably will not look at you the same.
Yeah. I would say I agree. People that lie about, like, nothing. Like nothing. Yeah. Why? Yeah. That's, like, a mental thing, I think.
Yeah.
Green and flag,
also,
though?
Like, I think we both, so, I mean, speaking definitely for me, I can be so literal with stuff sometimes.
Excuse me? Speaking for you? Hello?
Like, so literal.
I can't be not literal.
That, like, even if I'm telling a story, like, if I hear, like, Adam, my boyfriend, like, telling a story, and I hear him, like, embellish something, I'll be like,
oh my God, I'm the same.
That didn't happen.
I'm the
Why
same
are you
way.
doing that? That's not what happened. Don't do that. He's like, come on, I'm gonna make the story interesting. I'm like, no. Don't do that.
I'm the same way.
Like, that's not what happened.
That happens here a lot. Where I just hear things that I'm like, that's not.
I mean, listen, I get it. Like, if you're making, like, a movie or you're writing a fucking book, fine.
Okay, but
not
happening. Green flags, I would say somebody that listens.
Yes.
Like, really listens, though. Not just listens so that they can then talk about themselves. Yes. If that makes sense. Like, they actually listen to you and they come back at you with sound advice and then give you, like, in a situation where there's something happened and like, you know, I needed somebody to talk to, if you were a person that would sit there and actually listen, like, intently to me and then be like, well, you know, what about this and how about this? Yeah. And then I'm able to communicate, okay, yeah, and then be like, well, okay, but what's going on with you? Yeah. Like that, just communication, totally. I guess. But I being a listener
fully
is
agree
huge.
On that one. And more often than not, that is not the case, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's usually so that the other person can just be like, Okay, well,
yeah.
Let's talk about me now. What else? So, somebody asked if we believe in ghosts. Do you?
I really want to.
Okay.
I really want. I'll say yes. I personally haven't experienced that. But there are a lot of people I know and trust that have. So I believe them.
Yeah.
And I take their word for it. So yeah, I'll say yeah. I'm still waiting for my ghosts.
I'm the same. I would say that, although I would say yes, like I do, 100%. I have not seen something materialize in front of me, which I do know people that are close to me that have said, yes, I saw a figure, I saw this, I saw that. My best friend, if you're listening, Tiffany, this one's about you. She has always had, like, paranormal experiences since she was, like, a child. And I would always tell her, like, I think you're psychic. Like, you have some sort of, like, witch thing in you. Like, there's something off. And she's always been, like, very in tune to stuff like that. And, yeah, she's told me really chilling stories about things that she's experienced when she lived down here in Miami. Full-bodied figures, like, that she has seen sit on the side of her bed. Wild shit. She would never, like, lie and make that up. So I'm like, she has to fucking be telling the truth. Like, what the fuck? And she's told me things like that on numerous occasions.
And the way she describes it, is it like a person?
Or yeah.
Like
it was her grandmother.
Or, oh, no.
Yeah. Or like her great-grandmother or something. Somebody in her family, so she knew who it was. But what's really wild is that she has kids now.
Yeah.
And her I can't remember. I want to say that there was an instance with her daughter that they're young, they're little, they're like 5 and 4. But this was like, I don't know, maybe like a year or so ago. That I think something had happened like with her daughter, like something weird, like ghostly thing. But her son, who was 3 at the time, would tell her, he would talk about his old dad, okay? So he would reference him and be like, yeah, my old dad did that. My old dad did this. My old dad said that, whatever. So then one day she was like, who is that? Like, who's your old dad? This little motherfucker tells her, he was my dad before this dad. And she's like, well, what happened to him? He died in a car accident with his dog. And she's like, what? And he described that, yeah, he drove a truck and he got into a car accident and the truck flipped and he died in there and his dog did too. And she's like, what, dude? I have goosebumps. He fucking said all of this to her and she was like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's my old dad. And then he's 4 now. As far as I know, he hasn't talked about it anymore. Like, he just eventually one day stopped mentioning it. And I've seen other videos, like, online of little kids talking about that. Like, I actually just saw one the other day of this little girl that was telling her mom that she died before. And that she was like, do you remember it? And she was like, yeah, this old man came and he gave me a lollipop and it was poison and it killed me and I died and I was scared. And then I was alive again and you were my mommy. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that makes me believe in, like, something else.
So these children are talking about what, like a past life?
Yes, I think so. Which, that's not really a ghost, but same realm, weird shit. But yeah, I was like, what? Like, when she first told me about the old dad thing, I'm like, he's seeing a ghost. Like, I straight up told her, I'm like, he's seeing a ghost. That's who he's talking about. And they do say that kids can see spirits and ghosts and stuff like that because they have that ability, like, with their brain is not jaded yet. And they don't think that things can be fake. Like, they just see everything and it's real and that's what it is. So when she first told me that, I was like, bitch, he is fucking seeing a ghost in your house. Oh, there was an instance, oh my God, I want to say that this happened with her and her daughter. Or did I see this somewhere else? I don't know. I'm getting my stories mixed up. But I swear it was her. That she said that she was seeing a little girl that was, like, wearing, like, a white dress. And I was like, your house is fucking haunted. Her daughter. I could swear. I have to call her after this and ask her, was this fucking Charlotte that said this? But I could swear that she was saying when they lived in their other house that she said that she saw a little girl in, like, a white dress. And the way that she described her was, like, in colonial clothing. And I'm like, you better move. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Where does she live?
So she lives in Tennessee. And so that was another weird thing. But she specifically, I'm like, you passed that on to your kids. Like,
yeah.
Because what the fuck?
Well, I think they say that shit is like generational.
Yep. And her mom, I believe, has always been the same way too.
Yeah.
So, but I've definitely experienced weird shit in the store, which is another question on here. If I've had anything paranormal happen. Truthfully, there were times in the old shop where over there it was a lot different. It was like, you know, when we would go over there, it was like truly only us there.
Yeah.
There wasn't 5 trillion cars on the strip. Like, it was just whoever was there. And it was a lot easier to park there, like in the morning or at night. So I would go there at all random times of like the day and night. And a lot of the times I would go in the morning if I was going to do like displays and kind of break down and like create a new area, because it would take me hours, and, you know, I would go there before anyone was there. And there were times when I was in there locked in, like nobody else was there. And if somebody would have come in, I would have heard the alarm chime thing. And I, clear as day, would hear footsteps on the floor. No. Like, somebody was, like, in the shop. And at first, obviously, it freaked me out. After a while, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, it's kind of just somebody in here, whatever. But I would feel that, and I would often feel that sensation of, like, somebody standing right, like, when you feel someone right behind you, you turn around, you're gonna, like, touch them. Yeah. Like, I would feel that all the time in there. Like, somebody was directly behind me, and I would be, like, turning around, nobody's there. Yeah. And then one other fucking instance that happened, which wasn't to me, but it's always, like, a story that I tell, aside from the parrot, was that one night, Jackson was at the shop late. I can't remember if he was tattooing in Old Ghost or if his station was moved back into the shop, but he was tattooing there. It was like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. He was the only one left. And he finished the tattoo. The client left, went out the back hallway, and he went out to go to the bathroom to wash his hands. So in the old shop, we had like community bathrooms, so they were completely separate from the shop. So he goes back there, he's washing his hands, and he tells me that he hears, like, it was outside the door, he hears a baby crying and a mom like going, shh, 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 it's okay, whatever. So he's like, what the fuck? He's thinking to himself, who the fuck could that possibly be? Like, it's late, and why the fuck would they be back here? So he says he quickly washes his hands, he leaves the bathroom, and he stands there for a minute. And he's like, what is going on? So he goes in the women's bathroom, and he's like, hello? And he's, like, looking, like, to see if there's any, like, feet. There's nobody in there. Ew. So he's, like, in the women's bathroom, and he hears it again. No. Like, the baby crying, and he's like, what the fuck? So he walks out, and he's, like, in the hallway going, hello? Is somebody here? Whatever. Nothing. Silence. So he obviously gets freaked out, runs back inside the shop, fucking closes, locks up, and leaves. So then the next day, he's like, oh my God, I forgot to tell you what happened to me last night. And I'm like, what? So he starts telling me, and at the time, we were like standing all the way in the back of the store, and we used to have this like piano, like a full-size piano that he had gotten from a defunct jazz club down here, and he painted it like all New Orleans, like voodoo jazz style. And there were all of the papier-mâché, like, heads that were, like, all over it. There was a bunch of shit on it.
I think I've seen pictures.
So we were standing there talking. My back was facing it. He was in front of me, and he was telling me, yeah, it was fucking weird. I heard this lady crying, whatever. And I swear to God, like, in the old shop, we never, like, really put fans on, ever. And the AC, obviously, was, like, all the way up top. It would just blow, like, in the roof, essentially. So there was no wind blowing, like, there was no music playing because we were getting ready to close. And one of the fucking heads, something on that piano, fell off. And I was like, no, and I ran. I ran out of the store, and I ran to the tattoo shop. I'm like, I'm not going back in there. No. And he's like, that was weird. Like, that was kind of creepy. I'm like, what the fuck? And that happened as soon, like, when he was telling me the story. Yeah. So that was super creepy and weird. But that was kind of it. Nothing weird has happened here. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I think there's just too much action always going on here.
Although that Ouija board thing was kind of weird. Like, there was one time or maybe it happened a couple times, actually.
You had asked me, because
I think after a while I started to notice, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So we have, we had a Ouija board on display that was from the 40s, right? And I would be the first one in. It's always kind of set up a certain way. Like, the planchette is always, like, in the middle. We always know, like, you know, how it's supposed to look, and we like to keep it that way. So it would be there, and then at the end of the night, I would, you know, usually it gets moved around at some point or another, so I'd put it back. Come in the next day, I'm the first one in, and it's been moved. So that happened a couple times. That's the only thing that I've really experienced in here.
And I swear I did not move it.
Yeah.
Because I used to do stuff like that to fuck with people in the shop.
Yeah.
Like, I would move stuff, and Jackson's done it a bunch of times too. Like, he'd move the heads of the dolls and then be like, that wasn't like that yesterday. and everybody be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But no, I swear I did not move it.
It was a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's just always people in here. There's just too much action, and I don't really ever spend time in here alone. Not for any other reason, but that this is like a lot busier than the other shop, and I don't know. It's kind of seedy.
Yeah.
To be here alone at night, but yeah, I don't know. The other shop definitely had like this spiritually charged
100%.
Aura there, because everybody that would walk in there would tell me, you have spirits here. Oh my God, there's energy here. Like, you don't feel it? How do you even stay in here all day? Are you drained when you leave? And I'm like,
yeah, when I would come in there, sometimes when I first started kind of coming around old ghosts, when I would take pictures for the website, when I would be there alone for like hours, definitely there's a feeling in there that, yeah.
But I don't feel it here.
No.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's because, like, you know that there's so many people around.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if it's that or if it was just
the building.
The building.
Which you would think that something would be here because this is so old.
Yeah.
That building also was very old, though. That was like a naval building that was built in the 40s, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
But like this, I don't know. It's just so bizarre. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really felt anything here.
Yeah. But people come in and they'd say that
they do.
They do. Like 2 days ago, a woman came in and she was like, "There's a lot of energy."
Well, we can't forget the lady that told Jackson that the mannequin was mad at him.
That kills me.
It's a story for another day.
Oh my God. That kills me.
Okay, what else do we have here? First vintage buying experience. I don't remember, to be honest, sadly. There's been too many. I don't remember. That's a good question, though, but I don't remember. Somebody asked, what was the first piece that opened the door for old ghosts? I also don't remember. There wasn't really one piece that opened up the door. There was already such an extensive collection that was in the shop. It was just that decision to make to be like, let's start selling.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like one piece that kind of like changed everything. Somebody had asked what got you into collecting mannequins and clowns. Me personally, I'm not really the clown collector. That's more of Jackson. I definitely would say that they've grown on me because I did not like them in the beginning. Not that I have a fear of them or anything. I'm definitely not scared of them, but I wasn't attracted, I guess, to collecting them. And he definitely like changed my opinion on that for sure. There are so many cool clown things out there that are like rare and like just really cool. But I would say that he's definitely more of the clown collector. I think that for me personally, the thing that's cool about them is that before they were like murderers and like, you know, like portrayed as killers and all that shit, that back when these toys and a lot of these things were being made, they were generally like things that made little kids happy. Like they would be at birthday parties and shit like that. So it wasn't like a scary thing. So I think that that's why like I like them now.
Yeah.
But mannequins is a different story. Those are just, that's probably my favorite thing that we have in the store are the mannequins. I mean, I could just talk about them for hours. They are truly majestic and magical. Aside from the fact that they've withstood the sands of time, a lot of the ones that we have are like 100 years old, literally now, and we're in the 2020 era. they're just unbelievable. They're lifelike. Just to think that, I don't know, I watch videos from like the 20s, like footage from the 20s, especially if it's colorized, and I'm like, this is fake.
I know.
Like, I can't compute it in my brain. I'm like, this isn't real. Like, this looks like a different world, almost.
It's hard to, like, fathom, yeah.
But I think about the way that things looked and the way that they were back then. I'm like, dude, these mannequins were in stores at that point in time.
And it's interesting. I feel like they look different. Like, they just don't look how people look now.
Right. But they do look how, like 20s people. Yeah.
But it's just so strange. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe? I know what you mean.
Like,
we're looking over here because that's where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, too, that's really cool is that a lot of the times they were modeled after real people. So, not always famous people. Yeah. There are some, I can't think of her name. Oh, my God. There is one famous, like, starlet that they based mannequins off of. I can't remember her freaking name. But the wax mannequins, they would usually have a live model come in. They would sketch the face, and then the sculptor would sculpt it.
Yeah. And
paint it to look like that woman that they had in front of them, which I think is really cool because you're like immortalized.
Yep.
You know? But they just have this presence on their own. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't see them anywhere. Not even in the wax museums, they're not like that. Those are very like haunting and beautiful, and I love them. Halloween costume, and then I guess we'll cut it because wow, hour long. We're over an hour this time. What is your Halloween costume this year, or costumes?
Oh, we're gonna tell them? Oh, I guess
this is gonna be after, yeah.
So for our Halloween event, I'm going to be Susie Sue from Susie and the Banshees. Saturday, I'm going to be Black Swan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Those are my costumes.
Friday, we're sticking with the 80s music theme, and I'm going to do Poison Ivy from the Cramps.
So good.
I'm excited.
Can't wait.
And then Saturday, I'm doing Miss Spider from James and the Giant Peach.
So good.
I'm really excited for that one. So that's going to be fun.
We got to try to get some good pictures in the midst of all the madness.
Well, that's why I said, like, we should probably, like, come a little earlier for that. So, yeah, you've sat with us once again while we talk shit. And
this was a good one.
Yeah. A lot of juice in here.
Yeah.
So, again, leave us questions, leave us comments, leave us suggestions. What do you want to hear about? What should our next topic be? We can have a few topic suggestions. I guess I'll probably do like a thing on Instagram again.
Yeah.
For topics specifically. Just to reiterate, it can be literally anything. Does not have to be strictly old ghosts. Doesn't have to be strictly vintage. It can be about anything that you want to know. We have a photographer here that can answer questions. Anything. Personal questions, as long as they're like normal. More movie stuff, music.
I love talking about movies.
Yeah.
Guys, so talk about that.
Anything.
Okay.
True crime. That's my specialty right there. Anything at all. Happenings of the world or of the past.
Yes.
Past or present. So we're going to cut it. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope everybody has a safe, fun, great Halloween. Get spooky, get weird, and be careful. If you are local, if you're in the area in the coming months, taking a vacation for the wintertime, come and see us in downtown Hollywood, Florida. We are in Old Ghost of Hollywood. That is where we are right now. Yes, come and see us. We've got new stuff in all the time. Follow us on social media. Our personal ones will be linked in the description. And, of course, you can find Old Ghosts at Old Ghosts of Hollywood.
Follow us on the talk.
Yes.
Please.
Ticker-tocker.
Ticker-tocker.
That's it. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
We love you.
Good night and good luck. Goodbye.